Once upon a time in the land of Tiki, there was a queen called Queen Bolu. Queen Bolu did not have children of her own, but she loved kids a lot. She would bring in kids to the palace all the time, whether you were rich or poor. These are some rich kids who will have snacks with her. It's called snack time with Queen Bolu. Queen Bolu would go to the ghettos of Tiki and bring the poor kids too to the palace for snack time with Queen Bolu. She really loved kids. Every Christmas she had a party for them. This year, they called her from the palace. Before the party started, that many kids were hurt at the venue. She rushed out to see what was happening. At the gates of the palace, the police was waiting. They arrested Queen Bolu. For what? They said because she didn't put safety measures in place. Many dads showed up at the venue looking for their children, very upset. Some said they went to work and their wives took the children there, or their grandmothers, and so on and so forth, as well as women. Grandmothers were looking for their daughters and granddaughters and their children. Everybody was there, families missing their loved ones. This old lady went with two of her grandchildren and came home with none. Imagine the tragedy. Some others were at the hospital just looking and trying to find out where everybody was. Queen Bolu's mother showed up at the hospital trying to help. Ambulances after ambulances were bringing people in. She was so distraught. Then to find out that Queen Bolu was locked up by the police for what happened. Eventually, a month later, Queen Bolu's charges were dropped and she was let go. The following year, Queen Bolu invited Santa Claus to the palace and they renovated the whole back of the palace into a big hall where they were going to hold the Christmas party. Queen Bolu sat with the children in the kingdom, telling them about the tragedy of last year, saying that we must never forget the dead, they must always remain in our hearts. And Santa was ready for this year's Christmas party in the new palace wing for parties. And then Queen Bolu sat with the kids to say a prayer for those we lost last year. She would never forget this incident. And then the party started. Good food, good drinks, Santa gifts, name it. The kids had fun and it ended happily ever after. Queen Bolu built a memorial for the 35 children lost the year before. We will never forget them. They will remain in our hearts. I'm Dr. Kemi for Kemi Talk Stories, made by Meta AI Llama 3.2.